What's good, guys? So today I'm going to share with you my top 10 picks, as you saw, for the winter of 2020. This is actually one of my favorite times of the year just because I like to wear my leather, spicy, oud, boozy, darker scents, which I can only pull off mostly at this time of the year between, late November all the way until about February, March, when it gets really cold and brisk where I am here in New England / New York areas. So of course, as always, stick around, expect to find some unique, intriguing fragrances and of course some hidden gems. If you guys want to know what my picks are for this winter, stick around. This is the Designer 2020 edition. Let's go. Welcome back to another video. I'm Max Forti. Today we're going to tackle my top 10 favorite picks for the winter of 2020. And of course, as always, I'm going to give you guys my top 10 niche and top 10 affordable picks in the upcoming week. So stay tuned for those videos. But without any further ado, let's hop right into this one. At the 10th spot, this is no surprise here. This is a particular fragrance that I've always liked to wear in the fall and winter time. And it's made top lists for me many years now, at least over the past 3 years. This is going to be Stronger With You by Giorgio Armani, or Emporio Armani in this case. And this, from the trio, the initial trio, this is the OG from 2017 and is my favorite one. It is just a great ambery, spice, sweet fragrance, a little bit of tonka bean, a little bit of vanilla, usual suspect, but it's got a ton of spices, including a heavy cinnamon here, almost like an apple pie vibe. I love this stuff. It's a little fruity. There's also pineapple here. No, it's not an Aventus clone, but it is, in fact, a great sensual scent. Perhaps the most youthful pick in this whole top 10 of this year, 2020. One that I absolutely love to wear and always gets me positive notices. You can find this really well priced out there if you look carefully. Now, of course, it's one of those fragrances that if you're looking for one great, sweet, spicy, and sassy fragrance to rock all winter long, this is definitely going to do the job for you. Of course, I didn't forget, there's one new release in this collection now, which is the Emporio Armani Stronger With You Leather, which is an edition of this fragrance in a golden bottle, which I'll pop it up here for you guys, and I can't wait to try. I love leather, like I said in the beginning. Leather, tobacco, boozy, spices for the winter. That's where I'm at. Maybe some oud if it's well made, but I'm really curious to try the leather version of this fragrance. If anybody out there is listening and can get that bottle to me, please contact me right away. I need that in my life. At the 9th spot, a fragrance that is no surprise again. It's one of my favorites in the cold weather. Always is in my rotation for the holidays, especially for the holiday season. And this is, of course, by the Fireplace, which is a fragrance, as you've seen, I've worn quite a bit for a guy that has, the amount of fragrances I have, because I always rock this in the cold holiday season, holiday get-togethers with family. This is like, sitting at the fireplace, maybe roasting some marshmallows, some roasted chestnuts. You have all of those components in here, sweet marshmallows, roasted chestnuts. It has a nutty feel to the fragrance. It's sweet, it's cozy, it's warm, it's spicy, it's creamy, it's delectable, it's sensual. People are going to appreciate the way you smell. It's one of those fragrances that, it has this winter, cozy season that we love, especially if you're sitting by the fireplace and rocking your favorite beverage. This is going to be the perfect setting. You rocking this fragrance with a companion, rocking your favorite beverage. Enough said, guys. The 9th spot, by the Fireplace from Maison Margiela. Next up, at the 8th spot, fragrance that hasn't really made my top list lately, but now I've revisited this fragrance and I figured, I love this so much, I will rock this a lot this winter season. This is Prada Lhomme Intense. I love this. It kept the DNA of the original, but the iris, the beautiful iris that Prada does really well, and embellished it with incense, dark leather. There's some frankincense in here as well. I believe there's violet leaf, and of course, the beautiful dark leather facet that you have here. But that lavender is going to be very predominant along with the iris. They'll play a dance back and forth. But what I really like here are the spices and the dark leather that's added to this composition. Really love this one here for day wear, especially office, running errands. It's one that's going to make you smell amazing. Of course, all these fragrances you can dress up or dress down. All of these will make a great signature scent if you're looking for one for the winter. But if you want to have a, eclectic, if you will, wardrobe, this is definitely one to rock, especially for well-groomed, well-presented occasions. Not as playful as these two, but quite nice at the 8th spot. At the 7th spot, here's a fragrance that's a newcomer to my winter designers list. This is going to be Tom Ford Noir Anthracite. What I love about this fragrance is that it combines the classic old school fougere, adds these mineral, leather, spicy components. We know Tom Ford does it well. I think Tom Ford and Chanel nowadays are, neck and neck with quality, sophistication, and classy elegance. This stuff here is amazing. It would have made higher on the list if this is something that I would wear more often, but I really don't. I mostly find myself rocking this for really dressier occasions, if I'm doing like presentations, meetings, which I'm not really doing much right now with the whole pandemic. So it's one that I'm not gonna wear as much as I would like to, but when I really wanna convey a really great vibe about myself, well put together, very well groomed, like, you know, like what I'm wearing here today, or even a three-piece suit or a tie, I always rock Tom Ford Anthracite for the wintertime because, again, it combines the oak moss, the old school vibe with spices. There's a beautiful note of leather here, just a very, very strong and bold fragrance. By the way, this is not going to be for everyone. It's a little bit more mature, but needless to say, a great composition from Tom Ford. We know Tom Ford does it well. This one here is no different. Tom Ford Noir Anthracite at the 7th spot. Speaking of tobacco, boozy leather fragrances, here's one newcomer to the list, something that I've discovered a couple months ago and I've actually shared with you here on the channel. Probably one of my favorite discoveries of 2019, actually 2020 because it was released in 2019, but I've only experienced this a couple months ago. So very hard to find, but not as hard to find as you would think. I'm gonna have all this stuff linked for you, of course. This is going to be Salvatore Ferragamo Oud pour Homme. I absolutely love this stuff. We're talking tobacco, we're talking cognac, we're talking leather. There's oud in here, but I have to be honest with you, the oud is very tamed. It's not gonna be like in your face, skanky, animalic, or medicinal oud. It's actually a very nice blend, guys. I absolutely love this stuff. It might even creep up to the top 5. You know, right now I'm giving it number 6, but I love this so much. I can't get enough of this. And what this reminds me of, it's a modern version, a sweeter version. There's also a little tonka in here of Bel Ami from Hermès. So if you like Hermès Bel Ami, but you know, it's an old school, a little bit aged, maybe perhaps a little bit dated, this stuff here just made that kind of DNA profile to the next level with these amazing booziness, tobacco, leather, and of course the tonka bean. Very well blended. Salvatore Ferragamo, I think it's one of the most underrated along with Cartier. I think they do a lot of great hidden gems. So do pay attention to those two brands because I think they will blow you away just like they blew me away with this release, guys. At the 6th spot, Salvatore Ferragamo Oud pour Homme. Hope you guys are enjoying my picks so far. Of course, all 10 picks in this video you can find at myfragrancesamples.com. And of course, if you want to try before you buy, it's the best place to do so because you can get all different sizes if you want 3 mil, 5 mil, 10 mil, 15 mil, all different price brackets, all different price ranges. Tons of fragrances, not just the picks here, but thousands of fragrances to choose from. Designer, indie, and niche for incredible, affordable price, fast shipping, and of course, guys, authentic, 100%. Mark Mobley is the owner. He's also my partner for Scent Explorer. So enough said, you guys are sick of hearing me saying the #1 place, myfragrancesamples.com. If there's any discounts going on right now, I'm going to have it also linked in the description, which I think there is. There's a discount right now, but if you want to know about it, you'll have to look in the description. Let's carry on with the picks. At the 5th spot, another newcomer to the list, another new release, another 2020 release, but one that I'm really liking to wear lately. This is going to be Lhomme Ideal Extreme from Garland. And this particular fragrance takes the original DNA that we know from this particular line, especially the dark ones, not so much the light ones, but pretty much this whole collection has that girly nod, that vanilla, almond, heliotrope kind of a vibe, cherry, and it's very present here as well. But the one thing I like about this one more than the other ones, and I'm really looking forward to wearing it this winter time, is because it adds this really amazing honey, animalistic honey facet to this fragrance, which really makes it stand out for me. It's long lasting. I love this one right here, along with the Ideal Parfum, which I think made my fall top list. And of course, for the winter, I want something a little heavier, a little bit stronger, hence the fact I'm going with Lhomme Ideal Extreme. Guys, check this out if you haven't. I think if you have, you know, if you like the whole line, but you wanted something a little bit more animalistic, a little heavier, a little darker for the cold season, this is definitely going to do the job for you. At the 4th spot, arguably the best fragrance in the designer game when it comes to oud designer fragrances. This, of course, a 2015 or 16 release from Gucci. This is Gucci Intense Oud. This particular fragrance, I believe, was discontinued. However, you can still find this fragrance, hence the fact I kept it here at the 4th spot. Oh my God, it smells so good, guys. It's like a spicy, boozy oud fragrance. I mean, I don't know if you can see the level, but it's almost halfway done. I absolutely love this fragrance. And what this reminds me of, it's a more wearable version of Nasomato's Black Afghano. It is that good, guys, or Serjoff more than words. It's gonna have those facets in like those fragrances that I'm talking about. Absolutely outstanding masterpiece from Gucci. Too bad it was discontinued. I can't understand why companies discontinue stuff like this, but you can still find it. And I would urge you guys to procure a bottle. If you have a taste like mine, this would have been higher up, you know, if this was not discontinued. In previous years, I try not to keep it in my top rotation just because I want to share it with you. And I know sometimes it's a pain in the butt if something is discontinued or hard to find, because then it's hard for you guys to rock it. But you can still find this, and it's reasonably priced. And I think if you can find this for a little under 100 or a little over 100, but not over 150, definitely worth checking out. It's long lasting and it smells amazing. We'll just leave it at that. At the fourth spot, Gucci Intense Oud. At the third spot here is a fragrance that always made my top one over the past maybe 4 or 5 years, and it's taken a couple steps down just because, again, the same issue here, hard to find, a little expensive when you do find it, hard to find here in North America. I'm gonna tell you guys, in Europe it is readily available. So if you have any hookups, people in Europe that you know can hook you guys up, definitely get that going, because it is the best Dior fragrance in the market, period, bar none. And I'm talking about Dior Homme Parfum. This stuff here takes that beautiful iris that we all come to love. This stuff is just fire, guys. It is one of my favorite fragrances of all time. If I have to do a top 10 designers, keep and just get rid of everything else, this will be in that list, probably in the top 3, if not the top 1. This is going to be that iris that we all come to love, a little bit of lavender. There's also a dark oud facet here with a dark leather, some spices. It just took the Dior Homme Intense to the next level. It's long lasting. This stuff is beast. Like I said, Dior Homme Parfum is fire. If you can't, grab it because it's outstandingly well made. And from what I hear, Dior is kind of like changing the whole line, as we saw with the new Dior Homme 2020, the new Dior Homme Intense 2020. So grab it while you can, because I'm telling you, once this becomes discontinued or really hard to find, prices are going to climb, as you guys know. Number 2 spot, one of my favorite releases of 2020, guys. In the designer game, this stuff here really did me in. I love this stuff. And of course, I'm talking about Jean Paul Gaultier Le Male Parfum. This stuff was just a breath of fresh air for me. I love what they did here. They kept the original character, the original DNA of Jean Paul Gaultier Le Male, but they added these dark components like black licorice. There's a lot of spices here. There's a beautiful iris in the heart. Talking about iris here as well. Just smells amazing, guys. Spicy, leathery. That licorice is just so incredibly made. It's not overbearing. It's just right. It's the power, the long lasting, the blend itself. It is just amazing, guys. I get a lot of questions when I'm rocking this. People want to know what I'm wearing, and it has a very special place for my heart already, because on September 12th was my anniversary, and I was actually wearing this all day long, morning, afternoon, and evening. And I did get some really nice, unsolicited compliments, especially from the one I love, of course, my wife. So this is one that I absolutely, like Jean Paul Gaultier said it very eloquently, the sailor graduated into a captain. Enough said, guys. This stuff here is amazing. One of my favorite releases from 2020 in the designer game. Jean Paul Gaultier Le Parfum at the number 2 spot. Here's the deal, guys. Let me get a drum roll. My number 1 favorite fragrance to rock this winter for the next 3 months or so. Today is not winter yet. Winter's still going to be here at the 21st of December, if I'm not mistaken. But this is a fragrance that I'm really going to really wear for the next 3 months. And here's why. This stuff has oud, has dark leather, has a honey facet, has a gorgeous whiskey note up top. Enough said, guys. I'm talking about, this is one of my favorite fragrances of all time. Again, another one that I would keep in a top 10 designers for life. And this year's Soul from Costume National. I love the original for spring and fall, and I love this one here for the winter time. It's got everything I love for dark fragrances: cinnamon, whiskey, leather, oud. I mean, talk about an outstanding blend. This is it, and then some, guys. Almost halfway done. Absolutely, or maybe a third of it done, but this stuff here is fire. It also has a benzoin vanilla resinous dry down. Oh my God, this stuff is just absolutely fire, just like the color of the juice, guys. Don't snooze on this one if you want something that... Think about Mitsa from Dior, the L'Action Privée. Think about L'Art Deserto Marocain from Andy Tower. This is going to be in the same vein, in the same family of those outstanding fragrances. So if you want something in the designer-esque, line of things that's not going to break the wallet, check this out. You're going to be at awe, just like I was when I first discovered this. So at the number 1 spot for 2020, Soul from Costume National. So then there were 10, guys. These are my top 10 picks, fragrances that I'd be definitely looking to wear. And of course, this winter 2020, you can find all of these fragrances in thousands, I think over 40,000 fragrances at my partner, fragrancebuy.ca. I'm going to have all details for you guys in the description, along with if there's any code, any discount, any links that you guys should know about. As always, I make your life easier. That's what I do here. When it comes to the fragrance world, I try to keep you guys in the know at all times and make your life easier. So if you do appreciate the channel, if you do appreciate what I do here, don't forget to show me your support. Leave me one of these, hit the little subscribe button and touch the little bell to get videos like these straight into your feed. As always, guys, thank you so much for your support. Stay tuned for a lot more. And of course, wear what truly moves you. I'm going with Salvatore Fergamo Oud pour L'Homme today. And I'll see you guys right back here again with another video very soon. Take care.